Hey guys, how's it going? It's 8-Bit Eric. Welcome back to the channel. We're slowly but surely inching our way to the next console generation. I'm excited. Oh, I cannot wait to open those consoles. The PS5 and the Xbox Series X are going to be so sweet. We're still trying to find out new information about it. People are really sinking their teeth into it. They got some hands-on consoles, and people are slowly but surely starting to let us know all about these consoles before we get to try them out. I'm a little peanut butter and jelly, but I can wait. Good things come to those who wait. But one thing that you should not wait on is subscribing to this channel. So if you haven't clicked that red subscription button down below and enabled your notifications so you don't miss any of the updates and videos I make, what's good, bro? Click the red button. Let's go ahead and talk about this article. There's a new reportedly issue with the Xbox Series X that seems concerning. Don't know how accurate it is, but there are some reports that there is a problem with the Xbox Series X, and we're going to read an article from comicbook.com that says Xbox Series X reportedly has a temperature problem. Oh boy. And this is coming off the news that the PS5 runs cool. If the Xbox Series X has a temperature problem, that's going to be a slight issue. But then again, the PS4 gets pretty hot as well. But let's continue to read this. It says Xbox Series X reportedly has a temperature problem, and in some cases is burning users or being used as a makeshift fireplace. Okay, that's probably a little bit of a hyperbole right there. Recently, a plethora of content creators, influencers, and journalists got their hands on the Xbox Series X. So we've been seeing a lot more hands-on impressions, stuff like that. And so far, the impressions have been largely positive. So there has been a lot of good information about this, a lot of good results, good feedback that we've been reading. The console is powerful, nimble, and quiet. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. However, it also emits a crazy amount of heat, which is both a good thing and a bad thing. So crazy amount of heat, like Jay's mom. According to Jacques Video's Ken Bogard, I don't know how to read that. Is that French? The Xbox Series X runs quietly, but it does emit a ton of heat even while running simple tasks. In fact, the journalist compared the console to a fireplace shaft, and this only while running backwards compatibility games and navigating the menus. So, somebody reported, a journalist said that the console gets hot, a fireplace shaft, while only running backwards compatible games and navigating the menus. This goes on to say, in other words, it wasn't even running demanding Xbox Series X games that are more likely to tax the game system. So, if this is true, this is kind of concerning, honestly. I mean, if it's not even running, you know, a new generation game, if it's running backwards compatible games or just navigating the menu and it's heating up, that's kind of concerning. So this goes on to say the Series X is hot, like really hot, said Bogard. It doesn't make any noise, but damn, it's hot. The console's emitting heat like crazy. It's almost like a fireplace shaft. You can heat up your flat with it. This goes on to say, this claim by itself wouldn't be that noteworthy, but Bogard isn't the only one who has made this observation. Giant Bomb's Jeff Bakalar has pointed out the same issue. So there's more than one person saying this. According to Bakalar, the console emits a substantial amount of heat even when it's in standby mode. Further, Bakalar apparently burned his hand on the console's storage expansion. Okay, that's a lawsuit waiting to happen. If Nintendo's getting Joy-Con lawsuits, Xbox can get some burn lawsuits. That's very concerning. I don't know how credible these people would be with those claims, but for two people that both say that it overheats and that it gets hot, that doesn't sound like a good look. Goes on to say, here's what's crazy. This was just plugged in standby mode behind me, and you guys, the entire thing is a little toasty, said Bakalar. It seems like in the way, like a lot of other consoles were doing stuff while you are not using them. It seems like this thing might be doing something while you're not using it to the point where it needs to exhaust heat. So, is there something that the Xbox does when it's just idle? or standby that it emits heat. I mean, I know it is a big, powerful monster of a system, but that is interesting. It says, of course, the fact that the Series X is emitting heat at this level is a sign that the ventilation system and coolant unit are doing their job. So that's a fair thing right there. That if you can emit heat and coolant unit are doing their job. It says the heat is better emitted than trapped inside the console. So the fact that heat's coming out, that could be a good thing. Just don't touch your Xbox Series X. Don't put it next to anything that can get melted or burned. It says, however, if it gets so hot that you can burn your hand, that's not good. And if it's getting this hot during relatively simple task, how hot will it get running technically demanding next-gen games? That's the question of the hour here, folks. So on one hand, it's hot to touch. On the other hand, it's getting that heat out of the console and cooling it. So, interesting development here. It says at the moment of publishing, Microsoft has not commented on these new reports about the console's temperature problem. But if it does, they'll be sure to update. And I'll be sure to tell you guys about this too. Ugh. This is an iffy situation in regards to this, because it does sound like a big issue that could cause a lot of issues, a lot of problems. Concern for owners of the Xbox Series X, of course, because you don't want an overheating system. You don't want something that can burn yourself just touching it, especially if you have young kids. How much is that burn? I don't know. Could they be exaggerating just how much the burn is? Could it feel hot? I know the PlayStation 4 can feel hot at times, but not to the point where I'm like, oh my gosh, I just hurt myself and I need Neosporin. So it could be a bit of an exaggeration. It could just be hot, and that's normal. Of course, we'd have to find out for ourselves once it comes out in a little over a month. And then again, the whole issue, people saying that just shows that the cooling unit is emitting the heat out so it doesn't overheat. I don't know. I'm not too worried about it. It is a little bit of a concern, but I'm not like broken up over it to where I'm going to be like, all right, Series X is going to be an issue. It's going to be some kind of problem. People are going to burn themselves, and it's not going to be fun at all. I think this is going to be okay. Hopefully Microsoft comes out and addresses this issue, says something about it. That way we can all be assured that this was okay, that it's not that big of a deal. But I don't know, guys. What do y'all think about this? The report from Giant Bomb and the report from Juke's Videos. Ken Bogard, and it was Jeff Bacalar, the two journalists that reported these heatings. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Subscribe if you still haven't, guys. I will see y'all on the next update. Thanks a lot. Peace out.